Top of the morning. Today we'll be looking at the brakes on the F800 GS. We're going to have a look at the rear brakes. It's feeling a little bit spongy since I changed the pads on it a couple of weeks ago. It just seems to be a little bit more play, and as you're pressing down, definitely feels spongy and not as reactive. So we'll have a quick look at that today. Chances are it's probably some air in the line or in the brake fluid will need to be maybe swapped out. We'll have a look at it and see how it goes. Tills, not much today. I think it's a torque size 30 bolt just to gain access. I have you can see it there. I have just a cover over the brake fluid just to stop it getting beaten up on the road. So I think that's a torque size 30. And then also I have a bleeding system just to get the brake fluid out. Right, let's see how we go. One thing to be careful of is brake fluid is lethal to the paintwork on your bike. Cover it up or be super careful. I'm actually going to leave this bolt in place just to hold it, stop it from chances of spilling. Make sure I have enough access to do what I need to do. There we go. I'm gonna get some gloves in the cover. As I'm doing that, I'll tell you what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna remove as much of the fluid from the reservoir as I can, but not go down too low that it's empty. So I'm gonna leave a little bit in it, and then what I'm gonna do is top it up with new fluid. I'm going to go down to the rear wheel and then start slowly to drain from the valve at the rear wheel. And the idea is I'm flushing out old fluid and bringing the new fluid down. I'll be constantly topping up the new fluid as we're going. It's quite an easy job. 2 or 3 pumps and we're right down where we need to be. Topping it up with what's already in there. Castrol brake fluid .4. And then we'll move to the rear. So you have at the rear, I can get some proper light in that for you, is this little nipple cover needs to come off. Here's the nipple itself, and it is actually like a bolt, I know. So what you're going to do is you're going to connect your valve, your pump that you're going to bleed from to this, the tube. Like that, as we're speaking. Fairly straightforward. And then depending on the system you use, you'll need to have something to draw the fluid out. Some people pump the brakes, and the pressure will flush it into that for you. So pump, open this nut and it'll spit out the fluid. I'm going to do is pump the back brake 3 times. And then really you should have someone with you to keep pressure on that brake. But I've got an old battery there. It's going to do the job for me. When we come around to the rear, we should be able to loosen the valve. We should see a flow of clear fluid. There we go. You can see there was 1 or 2 little bubbles at the front of it there, just up where the spanner is, and it was clear coming out. So I'm going to tighten that down, and we're going to do that again. Put my helper on the floor, pump the brake 3 times, and then go get your helper to put pressure on it. Back around, and let's do this just once more. I just want to make sure that I have it done correctly. I'll slowly loosen. There was one small air bubble there, so I'm gonna do this again. There we go. Clear, nice and clean, looks good, happy with that. You put the needle, or the nipple cover back on, top up the reservoir, put the diaphragm cap back in, put the cap back on completely, and then that's pretty much it. Give it a very short ride, go and test it. If you do find at that stage there is a problem with it, the 911 diagnostics tool can help you out. I'm just back from a spin and it's so much better. I gotta say, well worth the efforts. Check it out. If your brakes are spongy, go and sort them out.